Hey, yo. What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode here on the Jimmy Deuce Gaming Podcast. And we are in season 2 of our the comeback. We had season 1, we had 22 episodes, which I was really, really proud of. We took a break and we wanted to restart back up. And I had other projects going on and streaming and things like that. But I wanted to loop back to a lot of the guests that I had on last year, and we got Mr. Hood Gaming back here. So thanks for coming on, bro.
Of course, bro. Appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, man. So before we got on right now, I was saying, damn, it's already been a year since I had you on here, and we did it live, which was dope. And we had some great conversations, but we're going to catch up on that for sure.
A fucking year, dude.
Yeah, crazy.
That's crazy, bro. It's actually a little over a year, as you said, man.
Yeah.
It was January.
Yeah, January 11th is when we recorded it, and we did it live on Facebook, and it was great. You were my third guest, and I appreciate the fact that you did it. And look, we're still talking.
Yeah, man, we're still here, bro.
That's one thing that I want to say that I could attest that once I start talking to somebody and getting to know them, we don't have to be buddy, but when we do talk and hang out, it's like nothing's passed.
Correct. That's how you know you got a good friendship going, bro. Is if you can go a little while without chit-chatting, and then you just pick up right whenever you left off, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because everybody has shit going on and everything, and we're grown-ass men, and we know what's going on. You just...
Right, dude.
It's nothing toward anybody, but when we got time to hang out or talk and stuff, and, that's what it pick up where we left off. Let's keep the good times rolling. So, it's been a year. I listened to our conversation, earlier and the day before, and I was just kind of I was thinking about different things to ask you. And, but yeah, kind of give us a little recap on how was all last year and how you've been, how's the family, how's your state of mind when it comes to this?
2022 was good, man. It was really good. It was a roller coaster though, bro. It was kind of an up and down kind of year, man. I got a big ass family, so shit, a lot of shit starts popping off with the kiddos and the job, and so sometimes it was kind of a roller coaster year with the Hood Gaming though, man, but nonetheless fun.
Yeah, definitely. One of the biggest things that we talked about at the time when we had our conversation is we were grinding for that stupid ass button.
The supporter button. Yeah, dude.
And holy shit. I remember you were going off and you were doing everything you needed to do and you didn't get it. And it didn't stop you from, doing your thing. And, Facebook felt bad and gave it all to us, and that was one little plus.
I'll take it.
Exactly.
I'll take it.
We fucking got it and we'll take it from there. And it's crazy because we were so worried about that at the time and things like that. And, that was one less thing to worry about. So
isn't it funny? But when you look back at all the shit that you really worried about, though, streaming, it all eventually just works itself out.
Yeah.
Like, I think sometimes you get caught up as a content creator. Like, I got to get this. And then it happens. And then it's like, all right, well, that's done. What's next?
Yeah. And, that's a perfect segue because there was a point in last year where you were just like, you know what? I'm not having it right now. I needed to take a step back. And that was one thing you said in the first episode. You said, the day that I'm not having fun and I feel like this is not working for me, the Hood is done. So that was that was one of the biggest things that I wanted to bring you on, is because not only that you take a break, because you had you don't have to go into why you took a break and personal things, but kind of poke around what made you kind of like, what? I think I need a break. What made you feel that way?
Well, obviously, as you're a family man, you got a career too as well. I mean, those always take first priority, but Jimmy, I just wasn't having fun. I wasn't having fun anymore, dude. Like it's funny, dude, because right after me and you had talked, I was on that grind. I was creating a lot of content, putting out reels, streaming 5 days a week, just like really putting it in. And it got to the point, and I remember our conversation because I was like, oh, the dream would be to do this full time. But it stopped being fun when I started grinding too hard. I all of a sudden got a different mentality into it of, I need to make this a business. Like I've got to make this work. And it stopped being fun at that point, dude. It felt like a chore that I had to get on and stream. So as I told you, dude, whenever I got to that point mentally, I was like, I'm going to tap out and reassess everything.
Yeah.
So I did. And it was a good couple month break, just kind of stepping back and then just kind of realizing I'm like, you know what? This doesn't have to be a business. When you started this was a hobby. This was fun. Like you started this because you wanted to branch out and meet people and vibe out and laugh. And I lost sight of that, to be honest, man.
Yeah. And that's cool that you said that, because I remember when we were talking about it, you had said all those things like, hey, man, I would like to do this and blah, blah, blah. And we went into like all the different skill sets that you have as a person that's made you successful. And it's cool that you say that. And it's refreshing, because it goes back to what I was saying when I started getting more into this. Everybody streams for a different reason. And you thought you wanted to do this and you forgot why you started.
Yes.
And you a lot of people might think, wow, well, Robbie fucking quit. You know what I mean? But it's not about the quitting. It's just kind of like how you were saying, like, man, I'm putting myself into the ground thinking that I want to do this. And I thought I wanted it, but I don't want it like that.
Right.
You know, I don't want it like that. And that's
very well put.
And I like that you did that, because now you took a break from, turning on the camera, but you were still in people's streams. You were still playing video games. It's not like you disappeared and everything like that. Your priorities changed. And I was like, damn, that was crazy. Because I remember you were going off and everything was looking good. And, you see that with a lot of content creators, especially now. And we'll go into a little bit later with the numbers and stuff. But,
okay,
after you took that break, what made you come back? Like, what was the time frame that you took off, by the way?
It was a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
I took a bow out for a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you missed the community, man.
Mm-hmm.
You missed it. Like I said, once I felt like I got myself back in the right mind frame, you just miss everybody. And so it was fun. I mean, that first stream back, you're like, fuck, man, there's so-and-so and here's so-and-so and fuck, I missed you. And you start getting right back into it again with the vibes.
Yeah.
But I went back into it though, Jimmy, knowing I'm like, I'm not going to have a schedule. Nothing is promised. I only promise one stream a week. And if anything else can come, I mean, obviously cool. That's bonus. But I came back into it with the let's have some fun, man.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun. Remember where and why we started this. And it's been fun ever since, dude.
That's great, because the reassessing is good, because I felt like a lot of content creators this past year, with the numbers plummeting and kind of reassessing, like, do I want to do this? How do I want to go about it? A lot of people just bowed out and said, hey, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to push, which is fine. And other people were like, all right, well, maybe I'll just take a step back. Maybe I'll do less. And, I can't push it like I want to. For example, for myself, once, I was doing good, got the supporter button, everything was going good. And then just numbers started gradually going down. And the amount of time that I was putting into it, I didn't feel like I was like so set.
You weren't getting back out of it what you were putting into.
Yeah. And for me, like I was, I'm still am, but I reassessed in a different way. When I was making X amount of money per month, and I was like, all right, cool. I just felt like it was going to keep going up. It started going backward.
Down. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, what do I need to do to make this fun, but yet again, still get that feeling of that I'm pushing towards something. So for me, doing the podcast still consistently with different people, different topics, made me realize, you know what? I love streaming and playing games, but if I could fucking talk to people and sit down once a week or once in a while and get paid for that, that was my reassess.
Jimmy, you're so good at it, dude. You are such a good
I appreciate it, man.
I'm serious, dude. Like the way you go about talking with people and getting involved with conversation, it's top tier, bro.
Yeah,
it really is.
I appreciate it. And I've gotten better by getting the reps. And I even said, I was like, man, I just feel like I'm getting better and better. The money's not there, but I feel like I've gotten better in the direction that I'm going in now with the podcasting. I feel more okay with it. If I don't get no stars, it's okay. If I have no supporters, it's okay, because like you have a career, you have a job, I'm
Right.
fortunate to have a roof over my head.
Yep.
My wife works. We're okay. Having that extra grand a month or so was awesome. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But
Absolutely.
once it was gone, and I realized that I was chasing the money, and I forgot that I want to build something, and it's not always about the money. I felt
Right.
like I got better. I felt like that was less pressure. So when you came back, knowing that now that that pressure was gone, you felt a lot better, right?
Dude, I feel amazing now because I don't feel pressured at all. I don't feel like when I get home, if a buddy calls me up, and because that's really where I was at. I didn't feel like I was getting adequate time with family. I didn't feel like I wasn't getting any time with friends anymore. I mean, I was getting phone calls like, hey, dude, where are you? Like, we never see you anymore. So once I started to get that aspect back, dude, I was super happy because once again, I'm now in the mind frame that this is a hobby. It is exactly how it is, how I started. This has always been a hobby. It's never been about, I'm going to be a famous top tier streamer making X amount of dollars a year doing this. It was never about that. So I had to, once again, I had to reassess, check back in with my personal life. And once I did that, everything's been great again. I've been having a great ass fucking time.
That's good, and I'm glad that you had said that and you were vocal about it. And a lot of people in that kind of position at the time, in my opinion, people were like, "You're at the height of your career streaming wise. You're just gonna, oh, this is too hard. You're gonna just take a break after you worked all that hard." It just like it's not always about the numbers. It's not always about the money. And
Right.
and if anything, last year now we've learned that the mental health for a lot of people, you know, it bogs you down. And some people still grind and try to get through it and fucking are beating their head on the wall. But it just,
It comes out in their content too, though. You know what I mean?
yeah, because if you're over there pissed off all the time that you only got 30 likes and you usually get 80 likes,
Right.
and you could see it, it just a lot of people might not. It this past year and everything, and shout out to my boy, the unfortunate one. He calls it the awakening. He calls this the awakening because now numbers are down,
Right.
money is gone,
Everybody. Yeah.
partners going from here to here, people from they were here are going even lower. It just like
Right.
now you're finding out like who's really wants to be about it or who's reassessing and kind of like, okay, how are you? You were a perfect example. That's why I was like, I'm glad that you took the break and came back because I was so happy because in my eyes, I was like, man, he's doing so good. But at the same time, we got families, we got careers. Like this guy is saying, hey, I'm not good right now. I can't be who I want to be on camera if I can't even be who I am at home.
Correct. 1,000%. And dude, I remember on our last podcast, that's something I was very vocal about is we don't do fake, we do real.
Mhm.
So if there's ever a time where, when I was in that funk, I was like, I'm not going to go live right now. There's no way. The content will be bullshit. The vibe won't be, and that's always been something I've been very strong on is positive vibes and all that. I'm not going to get on and fake a vibe. So
Yeah. I'm glad you said that because I like that you said at the time, you're like, I'm an entertainer, so.
Right.
And when you did come back, like nothing changed as far as like I think the energy level was the same. You might not be pushing as much as you were before, but you let everybody know what's up. This is where I am. This is how I want to go about what my channel is and whatever.
Right.
I guarantee you right now, and I'm telling you guys, once a week, you're gonna get me. If anything in between, I can pull it off. It works.
What I kind of used it to an analogy to is it's like a TV show that once a week, you got that one TV show that you love once a week, man. And then all of a sudden that show ends on that Monday and you're like, oh, I got to wait another week.
Mhm.
It also, I believe builds a positive build up too, as well, where people are like, man, that was fun as shit. I cannot wait to come back next Monday.
Yeah.
So that's how I was working about it was, it's like your favorite TV show. I'm going to give you once a week. Anything after that will be bonus. But definitely once a week.
I'm glad that you said that too, because I felt like I was getting in a rut. As far as, and I've seen a lot of people were doing, they were just streaming just to stream because here's my schedule. I said I was gonna be on. Here I am. I felt I was doing that as well. But I what I did was like instead of doing 4 hours, I do 2 hours.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because I still wanted at the time, and you saw it, even though you weren't streaming. You saw all the trends and this and go, and now that the fact that these gaming streams aren't getting pushed anymore like they used
Right.
to. So
it seems to be a different priority with some of the platforms.
yeah, yeah. So and that's the thing too, is that now that you playing Call of Duty, you playing Apex, you playing whatever the fuck it is, it's not getting thrown in everybody's faces. Now it's people are starting to realize like, oh shit, yeah, I'm not doing like I thought I was. Like, what am I doing? Should I do this anymore? Like, people are reassessing, and that's why the unfortunate ones, like, this is an awakening moment, because everybody's gonna realize that you just gaming, or you not just being like, if you want to keep growing, you got to kind of start changing.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. But one thing he did say, and I started noticing, if you have a good core community, and you know what you're confident in what you're doing, and the community knows what you're doing, those people are fine. The people that were banking on the algorithm that get people in are the ones that, in my opinion, are struggling, because they never took the time to build the community.
Yes, absolutely. I 1,000% agree with that, dude.
Mm-hmm. You getting 50 shares to 50 random groups and bringing in random people who never stuck around, your numbers are super bloated now, and nobody cares. And a lot of people are having a hard time, dealing with that when,
right.
And it sucks. I don't want anybody to feel bad, but it kind of just makes you reassess your life, because maybe some of those people were like banging their head on the wall, and maybe this was a good thing to kind of like, hey, hold up. Take a break.
Well, they're numbers chasing. I mean, I think at one point all of us were numbers chasing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You couldn't help not doing it.
Yep.
Your analytics pull up right after your stream, and you start looking at it. You're like, oh man, that was great. And then all of a sudden, there's that awakening point that the unfortunate one talks about, where it's just
yeah.
And nothing in particular that you start banging on your head. You're like, what did I do? Why the hell are people not coming through? I thought we had a good thing going. So all those will take place on a lot of streamers' mental. I think the key is, once again, I think people need to realize, for whatever reason it is that you got on to do this, you need to bring that back from day one. Mm-hmm. Is the way I feel about it.
Yeah, I like that too, because once I had my kind of like epiphany moment toward the end of last year, I was like, damn, you know what? My goal was to get the supporter badge. I got it. Fucking fine, whatever.
Right.
And I wanted to push the podcasting. So even though the podcast didn't jump off, my consistency was there. I got better at my craft. I was looking more forward to it. I got to meet some cool people. And I was like, I'm okay with this. I am okay with this. I'm not making that extra money that I was before, but I'm okay with it. And a lot of people started getting okay with it, and some people are just like, all right, I'm just not going to push as much, which is fine too. I'm not knocking anybody or whatever. Everybody has different lanes and different paths.
Right. But we've talked about that.
Yeah, before. And it's cool, because I've seen, shout out to our boy Chaz too. Chase was like, you know what? I can't do it like I want to, guys, and I don't want to be half-assing. And a lot of people in that regard will look at it like, he just fucking quit. But just to be honest with yourself, and know that you're not going to do it just to do it, because I still see people doing it just to do it and are bitching, and just like, you're not happy.
Correct. And that is annoying as fuck to watch, dude. It's super annoying to watch. And I think Chase is doing it for all the right reasons. And you know what? When Chase does come back, he's going to fucking rock it like a rock star, dude. You're going to, you just, like I said, sometimes what do Australians call it? A walkabout?
Yeah.
You got to go take a walkabout and reassess everything, man. And just think, if you're in it for the money, then I guess, try to push hard and do it for the money. If it was always a hobby or just entertaining people, then try to find that again. But remember the reason why you did it. And if you can't get your head wrapped around that, just don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Just don't.
I think if people got so caught up in like, I was doing this and was doing so well, and then now I'm not. And then some people can't like reassess as far as like, well, what is my new niche? I can't just play Warzone. I can't just play Apex. Right. The numbers aren't there anymore. Do I have to jump to different platforms? And I feel like the people that are in it for like the long haul, as far as like a business to be successful, to go full time, right, those are the people that are, changing. I see one of the biggest things, changing platform, different content, pushing out different things. Because now what I like to say is like, you know what? Facebook was throwing this in everybody's face. Now you're gonna feel how it feels to be on Twitch. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you
Dude.
having to go to different platforms to get people to excited to come to the streams. This
Right.
pushing of the algorithm anymore on Facebook is just non-existent. You know, a bunch of things are going on, and that's a whole other thing we can get into. But
Yes, because I want to talk to you about that.
yeah, you know, so people had to reassess and start it. If you want to be on the Facebook platform, you can't just stream anymore. You have to make
Right.
reels. You have to make different like TikTok shit. You have to kind of like this is a this is not a gaming platform as much as they wanted to push toward it. This is a social media platform. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So if you're okay with the numbers plummeting and you're still here, great. But you're still pushing on other platforms, and that's great because you got to start being everywhere now if you want to be successful as a full time,
Right.
you know, and shit like that. So
Correct. If you want to be seen and heard, you got to do your TikToks, you got to do your Instagrams, you got to do your fucking Twitch. I mean, you got to do it all. Your YouTubes, all that shit. I agree with that. But why do you think Facebook is heading down this path, though, Jimmy?
well, in my opinion, from what I've seen, and it's just like it's a business move. It's not making money, so they cut X amount of jobs everywhere. There's no support for our corner of Facebook.
Right.
In my
the gaming
opinion,
platform
yeah.
side,
So
right.
there, it doesn't make sense money wise, you know. So why are they going to push? You know, a lot of people that I've met through, you know, I went to the meetup. I got to talk to other people. They're losing their partnership, not getting read up. That guaranteed money that isn't there anymore. It just the platform's going in a different direction, and it's, you know, gaming is not part of it.
Right. That's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But I mean, but with every major business, it's always the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're gonna cut 10,000 jobs.
Yeah.
What makes you think that like a lot of the tools that in the business suite and shit are gone? You know,
Right.
you know, a lot of people are, you know, there's that path to partner, the path to the badge. It's not there anymore. Like a lot of things are missing, and you know, a lot of people are upset, and I get it. I'm not trying to downplay the fact that this sucks for a lot of people. A lot of people that were making a living aren't making a living. They can't do what they want to do. They can't, you know, pursue their dreams and their money wise financially here anymore. And it sucks to see that. I don't want anybody not to have food on the table. You know, I just
that I don't want to see the Facebook platform go anywhere.
Yeah.
Either. I mean, this was home base. It always has been home base. It's been great. So it's a little sad to see the platform kind of in the state that it's in right now.
Yeah. So with that being said, are you still gonna be this is home no matter what?
It is. I mean, as you know, I have my stuff out there on multiple different platforms. But as me and you talked about on the first podcast, the only reason I only stream on Facebook, but I have other avenues where I can. But I went in there to make sure that I could at least have my name solidly in those platforms. So if I ever decide to change a different platform, nobody else can take my name.
Yep.
So
Perfect.
But this is where I stream. It's Facebook, dude. I refuse to leave home.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, that's one thing, and a lot of people are just jumping ship, which is fine. I mean, I don't if it's a business move. I mean, if you're not making money anymore, why the fuck?
And that's what it's about. Jim.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's money.
Yeah. So if you're not making money here and you gotta leave, I totally get it. I'm not hating on anybody that doesn't want to stick it out and shit like that. I get it. You know, because I have conversations with other people, you know, that are full time and they depend on me. I don't need the money.
You have a career.
So that stress is not there for me. You know,
it's off your shoulders.
It's off my shoulders, and knowing that I wasn't gonna I'm not making money anymore. I think has been like a blessing in disguise. Even though I like the extra money, like fuck, who doesn't?
Right, of course.
Yeah, but now the fact that I don't have to worry about it as like I did before, because I felt like I need to be a full time. I need to be a partner. I need, and then hearing people just saying that it's not working out and everything and reassessing, and you going through that, and other people that I got to see, that I got to talk to.
I was that person, Jimmy. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I was that person. Like, I want to be partner and I want to do this full time. And once again, you start seeing shit going down that awakening period, and you're like, fuck this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just, like I said, you got to reassess and realize you were never doing this in the first place, anyways, to be a partner or to be a full time streamer.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy you said that, because I was like, fuck, I'm gonna do this. And then once I started realizing that I had to be honest with myself and my wife, you know, because that's another thing too. And I'm glad you always talk about the family aspect. A lot of people,
Yes.
might they don't have to be talking about family or aren't openly when it comes to that kind of stuff. But having that communication and having that partner, and because there's times that I had to get the reins pulled on me when I felt like, hey, let me fucking go. Like you know, I'm I got 2 kids, I got a wife,
Right.
I got shit that I got going on that I had those
You can't miss out on it.
I had those blinders. I had those blinders on because I was always looking ahead. And one
Right.
thing I have learned, coming up on 3 years almost of streaming is I am enjoying the journey more than ever before.
That's awesome, dude.
Mhm.
That's what's up, man.
I am enjoying the journey even more before. Like a lot of people get so caught up in the destination, they forget about all the fucking pit stops and people that you meet and things that you
Correct.
do along the way.
The pupil has become the master.
Right? It's crazy, man.
It is, dude.
Yeah, and you see people fall off at the side once it's not going their way. And I don't know how many people that I started with or started after me, they were more successful or whatever. Just I don't see them at all and everything. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm just like, you know what? In my mind, I'm like, I'm fucking still here, baby.
Right.
I'm fucking
Right.
still here.
And I think, to be honest, dude, and I'm not, once again, everybody's hustle is different, but I think a lot of the people that have up and quit and said, this isn't for me anymore are the people that really, truly relied on this as their job, which that makes total sense.
Of course.
Of course you would give up. And of course you need to go out and go find that career and pay the bills and keep a roof over your head. But I think that's where I've seen a lot of people fall off is because they were, full-time streamers and that was their income. And once that started falling off, they're like, well, this doesn't make sense for me anymore.
Yep.
So
Yeah. I'm not stupid. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Right.
And a lot of people like, how you quit? I felt like I saw a lot of people that were so in comments like, I knew it, you fucking quit, or it's not going your way, or just trolls, or just like, damn, there's so much negativity out there, man. It just it sucks to see that people like to see other people fail. It just
that's humanity though, man. Unfortunately, you know what I mean. Haters are out there.
Yep,
in droves.
Mm-hmm. And the one thing you've always done and you still do is the positiveness, the positive reinforcement to everybody who comes in your chat and you play with. You still talk to fucking Heart Sticker. You still, Kevin's been in the rotation. You still keep in touch with Chase.
Hell yeah.
So Rebirth is still out there. Yeah, exactly.
These are friends. These are homies to me. I might not have met all these people face to face, but I do consider these guys really, truly like my homeboys.
Yeah,
man.
That's cool. And I feel like that's the same
just
thing.
Like you, Jimmy. I've never met you. I consider you one of my homeboys.
Yeah, and I appreciate that because I feel that, the same. A lot of people, when they see other people that are close, they want to be a part of it or they want to get with somebody, but the vibes aren't the same.
Right.
Right.
It's not
you can't
always
force
be like that.
Yeah, you can't force it, and a lot of people get so caught up in wanting that so much, and they pursue certain things a certain way, and it just doesn't work, and they get upset or whatever, or they just start talking shit. Well, I used to fucking play with Jimmy, or I used to play with Hood all the time, and now he fucking doesn't come around or whatever, or he doesn't shout me out, or he's not in my stream. A lot of people get so caught up that, oh, what about me? What about me? Just like everybody's got shit going on.
Exactly, dude. See, I don't think about that. I don't think, oh fuck, man, where the hell's Jimmy been? I haven't seen Jimmy in my last 2 streams. I don't think about that shit, man. I know for a fact you got shit going on. You're working on shit. I'll see Jimmy whenever I see Jimmy.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I'll be popping into Jimmy's stream and I'll say what up. So I think I think you're right. I think people do get caught up in that shit too much.
Yeah, and I think that now we're starting to see people who genuinely are pulling for each other now more than ever before. Because before it was always like, I know this person, I stream with them, I co-stream with them, we did tournaments,
right?
And now it's like all that's like all dwindling. Like, all right, who's really about each other?
You see the real shit, man, when the ashes are on the ground. You know what I mean? Before the rebirth.
Yeah.
So that's whenever you really see when the true shit's going on.
Yeah.
Times are hard.
So. Yeah, because there's a lot of people that I considered I was getting close and cool with, and they might not be in my shit anymore, or I might not talk to them. And I have no ill will toward them, and vice versa. They the same way they look at me. If I talk to them, hey, what's up? There's no ill will or nothing that's, what I mean? And that's how it should be. But a lot of people are just feel like, oh, you fucking weren't there when I needed you.
Right. You abandoned me. Right.
Oh, the community is not there. You guys aren't popping up in the streams. You guys know my schedule. Just like, you sitting there and making excuses is why you're starting to push people away.
Correct.
Yeah, it sucks, man. So now that fucking 2022 was kind of like a break and a reassessing of your life, you seem more happier than ever before. The energy on the streams are the same, if not more, better. I'm sure your relationship with your family
Thank you, dude.
and your significant other is a lot better too.
And my friends. I mean, like I said, I've managed to be able to get back out there and hang out with friends again and shit. Go out and have beers and just do the shit that I did before I was streaming.
Yeah.
Before the pandemic. So
yeah,
I've been able to rebuild those relationships, which in turn is going to make me a happier person and a better content creator.
Yep.
So,
and that's cool that you say that. So now, that's a perfect segue to my next question. Now that you know you're in a good place, like what is the future for Hood Gaming? Is it just fun? I create shit when I can. I'm not worried about the money. I'm not worried about partner. I'm not worried about full time.
I got no promises. My whole goals and my logo now is no promise.
Nice.
The only thing I promise is on Mondays. Once again, I stream on Mondays on Facebook. I'm going to give everybody great content on that day. And then, once again, whenever I can reach out, I can. But other than that, life is going to take more of a priority than streaming 100% all the time.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. I'm glad you said that, man, because you are, when you said you're an entertainer, I was like, yeah, this fucker is an entertainer. Goddamn it. He is good.
Dude, that's what I've always loved doing, bro. I love making people, and I know people get so fucking tired. Like, God, this motherfucker says this one more time. But I love entertaining and making people smile and laugh.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
It truly makes me happy whenever people are like, dude, last night I got a text while I was on stream. And this guy's like, bro, I appreciate it. I'm at work. I'm having a bad day. You're a legend. Appreciate the content. It makes my day. Yeah. I love hearing that shit, dude.
Yeah.
I get a fucking boner when I hear that shit. I'm like, fucking people are fucking happy and smile. I'm like, dude, I've done what I need to do this Monday.
Yeah. That's cool, man. The fact that you reassessed and got to see that, I see you come back and everything. So now that you're okay and moving forward, let's talk about like all the different things that you've seen on the platforms. Like, what are some of the things that you're like, oh damn, or what do you think, or what in your opinion, now that you've taken the break and come back, what are some of your advices to people that might not think they need a break, or how to go about it, or spit some game to make us.
Well, to make it easy, dude, honestly, I feel like if you get home, and I know before I'd said, I'm having a bad day and I get on and things are great. But if you're truly getting to the point where you're walking into your stream space and you're about to hit live and you're just loathing doing it, it's time. It's time for you to at least take a step back. You don't have to quit, but you need to take a step back and just reassess and go, what really are my goals for this? What are my realistic goals? Not, I'm going to be $100,000 fucking streamer. I'm going to have all these followers. People really need to recheck themselves and go, all right, realistically, why am I doing this? And mine was because I like entertaining people. I love entertaining people. I love the community that I've built. There's no way I could be away from them, because in turn, they say I make them happy. But dude, you guys make me happy as fuck too as well. I mean, for real. I missed it.
Yeah.
But that would be my thing. If you're ever loathing going live, then you need to really check in.
Yeah.
For real.
That's cool that you said that, because you're being honest with yourself, and a lot of people get caught up in forcing themselves to go through the motions.
Right.
I felt a little bit of that toward the end of last year. And then, once I kind of was more honest with myself and what direction I wanted to go in, I was okay with like cutting back on the times. And for me, I noticed that working on my off-stream content was being better for me as a content creator to help me grow the way I want to grow, that it made more sense to cut back on the live stream. And
sure.
And I think that a lot of people that force themselves to stream and keep their schedule, and they feel bad. Like one of the biggest things that I've seen where people, oh, I'm sorry, I can't get on. Oh, I'm sorry. If you're saying I'm sorry every damn day, then that's kind of like, hey, there's something up.
It's time to reassess. Correct.
When you're having to apologize all the time, because believe it or not, and I'm not trying to be dick, nobody fucking cares if you go online or not. You know what I mean? If
Correct.
they
Absolutely.
can,
Because there's another fucking streamer that's already gone live and that they can watch too as well, bro. You are 1,000% right. Nobody gives a fuck.
and that's one thing I've never, and I'm not trying to talk shit because I know a lot of my homies have. Hey, I'm sorry, this is going on, but you know, far in between they do that. But I've seen people, and not people I know. I've just seen because now I get
Dude,
thrown.
I was one of them before my break.
Yeah.
I was, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Dude,
Yeah.
I was that guy. So
but
I
you
get it, dude.
Yeah, but you kind of looked at yourself like, fuck. Everything I said I
was
wasn't.
honest with everybody. I was honest with everybody at the end. I was
Yeah.
like, look, I'm not in a good spot.
Yeah.
So.
But a lot of people still, or I still see people, and like now that our feeds are like thrown at us with random ass fucking people now.
Right.
Every other thing is like, oh, this sucks. I'm doing this now. What the fuck? At Facebook, this shit doesn't work. I'm just like, look, I'm never gonna be the person that complains. What I can do and I can control is what I do and what I put out.
Right, when you go live and what kind of stream you're
having.
Yeah,
it's like, what am I gonna do to keep myself successful when it comes to this? All right, I'm gonna keep my schedule. All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna at everybody in my group. I have a message. I have a message group. Like, hey guys, if you really want to know when I go live and you're not notifications, if you really want to be in this message group, join it. And when I go live, I'll send a message.
Or don't.
Don't go.
Or don't join it. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I'm getting to the point to where now I'm telling people, hey, if don't follow me just to follow me, don't follow this group just to follow. Like, if you generally want to like see what I got going on and see me grow, because like, look, guys, I'm here for the long run. You know, I am for the.
Same.
I'm more honest with myself now, and I'm okay with pumping the brakes. That I'm gonna fucking do the pit stops and hang out and bullshit. And maybe, you know, do some more IRL stuff, hang out with my kids, play with my son more. Just like, it's so refreshing knowing that I could stop chasing the numbers.
Yes. Yes, dude. The minute you stop looking at all that bullshit, man, and once again, you get real with yourself, content creation's easy after that.
Yeah, because a lot of other people, they've reassessed. And as far as like, all right, cool. I don't want to leave Facebook. I'm still going to stream here, but I'm going to go to Twitch. And I'm going to build a community there. All right. Fucking Kickstarter going off. I'll go over there. So I have no ill will toward anybody that's going to all these different platforms and still striving, because guess what? Times change and they made a change. So I respect the fuck out of that.
Like, well, and like with any business model, Jimmy, I mean, if this is truly a business to some people, you can't blame them for making different changes to try to accelerate what it is that their brand or their business is. Mm-hmm. So to some people that matters a lot.
Yeah.
To some it doesn't.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people now that, and I use this as a little analogy. It's like everybody is used to the number one at your restaurant. The number one ain't selling no more. You know what? You started bringing the number two up and you started playing Hard Wars. Now you started playing this, and now you started playing this. And now you're starting to get more people who are looking at you and not so much the game.
Correct. And I think, honestly, that's where a lot of streamers are at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody. I think it's really gone from, oh, I'm going to watch this guy shit on fucking get 50 kill game to it's more the person that it is that they're watching. I think that's what matters most now.
Yeah. Yeah. Because one thing that I used to see, and I didn't realize it, but I saw it happening to, I don't know if you know who Rasta is on Facebook.
Sounds familiar.
Rasta La Vista. Sure. Well, anyways, when he was playing Call of Duty, 1,000 people. He played anything else, 50 people. And he didn't say shit. He still played. He's like, hey man, I'm gonna play what I want to play. People would come in, hey, why aren't you playing Call of Duty? He's like, dude, I just don't play Call of Duty. If that's all you're here for, then I'm sorry, man. I'm more than just Call of Duty. I'm more than just Apex. And a lot of people, instead of changing their state of mind and realizing that, hey, because you're changing menu items, you're not going to get those people to come back. You have to be okay with that.
It's still the same waiter delivering it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
right?
Honestly, I would much rather have 100 followers in a badass community than have fucking 100,000 followers.
Exactly.
And, you know, nobody's really, I don't know. That's how I feel.
No. And that's right. That's a good way to look at it and being honest. But the people the people that come and go, I tell people, if you come and go, I appreciate it. Thank you for coming by, saying what's up. And I'm not going to give you a hard time.
Analogy that you used in last season. It was, I believe you said it was one of your homies you were hanging out with. I listen to all your podcasts. Too.
Yeah, nice. Thank you, man.
You said that there was a homie that you were chilling with, and he compared streaming to like a restaurant.
Oh yeah, he's like, you're Olive Garden.
Yes, like some people might stop in and go, "Hey, man, this place was delicious," but they might not come back.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then you'll have some people that's like, "This place is delicious, and I'm going to come here all the time."
Exactly, and you have to be okay with that. Yeah, and you have to be okay with that.
You said that.
Yeah, because a lot of people get caught up in the fact that, well, where you been? Like, well, I had all these people. Like, I had you a supporter as 5 months. Now you aren't anymore. It's just like, if you're worried about all that kind of shit, that's going to drive people away in the long run. Yeah,
well, that's when you go down that mental hole, dude.
Mm-hmm. And it sucks because I don't want people to ever feel bad or whatever. But at the same time, you got to be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with what you're putting out, what type of content you're putting out.
Right.
And I would say this before, and I still say it to now. Just like, if you keep working on what you want to work on, and you're being honest with yourself, you're gonna be okay. But if you're worried about the numbers and complaining about the numbers, and it's not going your way, and this notification's not working, and supporters aren't there, and stars aren't working, and just like, look,
you're about to go down a deep dark hole.
Yeah,
dude.
If you're worried about all that shit all the time, you need to do something about it instead of complaining about it. Because there's so many people complaining and not doing anything about it.
Well, you're in charge of your own fucking destiny. So
that's what I'm saying. So now that that we see everything going on, like, what can I get some of your opinions on the whole kick thing? What do you think about the whole kick thing?
Oh man, Jimmy, I made that one post about saying, hey, I've gone ahead and set up a thing over here. And I remember you said something about it's owned by a gambling site or something like that.
Yeah.
I honestly, if I'm being 100%, I really don't know the full background other than I believe there was a couple of streamers that were starting this, correct?
Yeah. So the reason that this platform came about, for the people that don't know, is Twitch banned gambling and cut back on the whole the bikini tubs and shit like that, right?
Thank God.
And I'm not hating on those girls and those people that, you know, that's what they do, or they gamble. But
I'm hating.
Yeah, so Twitch was like, we can't have that. And their business model was like, we can't have people gambling, because one of the biggest things, if y'all didn't know, Twitch was upset that these gambling companies were giving the streamers codes, and viewers would get those codes and go to their gambling site. So these companies,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So let's say, Robbie, you have 1,000 followers and you have engagement of 500 people. All right, we're gonna pay you to play slots. We're gonna give you $1,000 to play slots. We're gonna give you a code. That code gives somebody $10 to come to our site. We're gonna pay you.
It gets them in it. Yeah.
So those streamers weren't making money from Twitch. They were making money from the casinos. So Twitch is like,
I know that.
Yeah. So Twitch is like, you're not gonna make money off of our platform. You just can't. And then the whole with the bikini stuff, a lot of people didn't see that and didn't like that. So Kick Trainwreck was one of the biggest content creators on Twitch, and he was talking about making millions a month on Twitch, but getting paid by other companies. So this other company was like, all right, what do we need to do to bring everybody over? Oh, start a platform? We'll fund it. Fuck it.
Well, yeah, and they got gambling money,
exactly.
Bro. So, shit.
Oh, like terms of service or
big pocket.
Yeah, terms of service or loosely. Okay, fine. We don't care about your money. We got our money. You keep 95% of whatever you bring over. So why the fuck not? Why wouldn't that make a business move? How you said that makes sense for a lot of people who are full time. So I get it.
Right.
I get it. Like, I made an account just to have an account.
That's what I said, Jimmy, to make sure that your name is locked in there. So if anything ever comes to it, where you do have to make a jump, you can.
Yep. That's all I'm doing. I'm not hating on anybody who's going over there, because everybody's like, oh, I'm already affiliate. People are doing partners. The only thing that I'm the type of person, I observe a lot. I read a lot. I'm trying to make sure that I know, I'm being aware of what's going on. The only thing with that platform is that it's so young and everything. I'm not going to put my time into a platform that's not established. So
because in a month it could be gone.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, I'm not going to have my community and start building a community over there. Just me personally. I'm not going to start going over there knowing that it's not for sure. What I do know is Twitch is solid, even though it has its own problems.
Right.
And
It's not going anywhere.
yeah, and Twitch ain't going nowhere, and YouTube ain't going anywhere. So those are the platforms that I'm pushing toward. And now
I
I'm
think YouTube might be the thing, Jimmy.
yeah,
To be honest,
and this is, and I've said it openly. My goal, if I can do it, is my long-term goal is to get paid for views. I hope that if I get to the point, a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, as long as I'm having fun, how you said, and being okay with what I'm doing, I want to get paid by the platforms. I want YouTube to send me a check for getting hundreds or thousands of views on my videos. That's what I want. I don't need supporters. I don't want you guys to pay me. If you guys could just watch watch our shit,
correct, and let the company pay me for it. Absolutely.
That's what my goal is. So YouTube is the best platform when it comes to that. But it is the hardest platform to get monetized, and it's hardest because.
But that's kind of cool though, bro. They make you work for it.
Yeah. So
whereas some of these platforms like Twitch, it's not hard to get affiliate on Twitch.
Nope. Mm-hmm.
It's not hard, obviously. If they're saying 75 followers on Kick, that's not hard to get an affiliate on Kick.
Yeah, especially
you know what I mean?
Yeah, especially if if you have a decent community and you know enough people. Like right now, one of the biggest things that I don't like, and I'm not talking shit. I'm just being honest. This whole follow for follow shit is follow me on Kick. Follow him, and that's great. I get it. Like once you get your 75 people, whatever, I get it. Like I would probably do the same damn thing if I'm gonna push on that platform. I'm being honest. Hey, let's all help each other get there, and then from there, you're gonna start seeing who's gonna start taking that platform serious. But this whole follow for follow is not. It's gonna bloat your numbers, and you know you're not gonna be happy. You're just gonna start a new platform, and you're gonna feel empty again.
But it's only gonna bother the people that look at numbers, though, Jimmy.
That's true.
That's my whole point, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm saying I'm much happier now in a headspace where I don't look at numbers. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I know I'm going to be on streaming on Monday evening. That's going to be it. You know what I mean? And everything after that, I don't care.
Yep. That's cool.
If you show up, we're going to have a blast. If you don't, no worries. Not a problem whatsoever. But I don't care if it reaches 30,000 people or if it reaches 100.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Once again, it's a very freeing headspace to be in.
And it's cool because I've seen a lot of people have like, fucking Hood only streams once a week, and his fucking numbers are still destroying people that stream 10 hours a day. But it shows that you as a person and what you've built as a community and people you've met that believe in you and want to hang out. And people have a hard time doing that.
It's the community, dude. It really is. I think it's not... I don't know how to explain it. It's just be genuine with people, dude. Be genuine with people, and they're going to be genuine with you back, and they're going to want to hang out because they're going to be like, well, this dude's not capping. This dude's he's straight up. He's a legit guy. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's the wiener shakes. I don't know, Jimmy.
Yeah, right. I like the wiener shakes.
It was funny because I was talking to the mods before I got on here, and Kevin's like, talk about your wiener to forehead ratio. That's why I wore a hat right now, goddammit.
Explain the wiener to the forehead ratio.
Oh, nothing. Everybody tries to say, or actually I say I have a really small penis, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, my clan tag's little pee-pee.
Right.
But everybody loves to clown on this real estate right here.
Yeah, but look at that beautiful hair. I know guys your age that are bald. But guys your age don't have hair.
I'm getting gray though, dude. I know I'm not gonna be bald, but I know I'm gonna have that Richard.
Hey, Matt. Hey, you look distinguished, sir.
Thank you.
The most interesting content creator on Facebook.
But bro, look at this though, Jimmy. From last year to this year that we talked.
Yeah,
there's a lot of fucking gray in this beard now.
I like it. It looks good.
I'm not gonna be that hair club for men guy that dyes it either.
Right now, fuck it. Yeah. I get little ones here and there. One thing I am proud of, obviously, is my mane. So I was like, I'm gonna just keep growing that bitch out.
Jimmy, you're cute.
Thank you. Yes,
I had to bust it.
Right? How you stopped me last time? I was like, fuck. Yeah, that was a good one.
I had to.
Yeah, man. But man, thank you so much for coming on here and being honest and letting us know what you got going on and letting people know that it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to do this. Reassess. Correct. Make this fun. Why did you start doing it? And just like, or how you saying like, hey, this is business. Like, if you got to start making moves, be honest with yourself and start making the moves to keep it going as a business. And
don't make excuses. Make your moves.
Yeah, don't be so hard on yourself because everybody's going through it. You know what I mean? Everybody's going through it, and now is the time to make sure that the people that are trying to do this, you let them know that you're still there, and we're all still supporting each other from afar. We not mind.
Well, number one, Jimmy, just make sure you're taking care of you. You know what I mean?
Well said. Well said.
You know what I'm saying? That's the first line of defense. Make sure you're okay, because if you're not okay, you're not going to be able to make anybody else okay.
Yeah.
So
Well said. Yeah, because now is the time to make sure that you start checking. I've been checking up on people that stopped or not doing well. I just kind of reach out and say, hey, what's up? Everything's good. Like, fucking blah blah blah. And but it's good just have conversations. It doesn't mean that we're trying to sweep it under the rug or put a band-aid on it, but just letting people know that, hey, you care, and what's going on, you're good. I think that's
that's important.
That
That's
is important, and going back to what you were saying, man, I hope eventually, like, I'm getting to the point that I'm starting to see conventions and shit out to the east, and I would love to meet you in person eventually sometime, man.
It'll happen.
Yeah, man, we got to figure it out, man. We got to figure that out. I think that our friendship that we've started and built and kept, is it's awesome, and I'm glad that I can call you a friend and somebody that I can be honest with and have conversations like this with, man.
Me too, bro. Me too. 1,000%, Jimmy.
Thank you so much for your support, man. I know every time you come in, you say what's up. You say you shot me out on the podcast things, and I thank you so much from my bottom of my little ass heart, man.
Of course, bro.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, brother.
I genuinely love you, bro.
Yeah, thank you, bro. And so, yeah, thank you guys for listening in, man. Make sure to check out Mr. Hood Gaming Mondays on Facebook. What was it, 7 o'clock Eastern?
Normally 7 to 7:30 East.
Yeah, 7:30 East. Hit those notifications because they work. Oh yeah, make sure you guys check him out. He's on TikTok. He makes stuff, guys. You're gonna enjoy his stuff. You know what I mean? I if anything that Robbie does it's always a good time in there, guys. So you guys make sure to go check him out, and make sure you guys check out. Yeah, for sure. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes. This is season 2 of the Jimmy Dukes Gaming Podcast. My goal is to get 25 episodes this year. We're already 3 in on the on season 2. We're gonna be talking to different content creators. We're gonna branch out. We're gonna do some more in person. But thank you for coming on here once again, bro, and letting us know how it's going, man.
Jimmy, thanks for having me, man. Keep doing this, bro. You're way too good at it.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate support. Until next time, guys, make sure you guys check out the social media links at the bottom from my boy, the Hood Gaming and me. Peace out, homies. Y'all take care.